My name is Greg, and I'm a LEGO model designer. Behind me is our LEGO model of the 2019 Chevy Silverado. This model was made to celebrate the premiere of the LEGO Movie 2. The way we go about designing a model like this is we start with a computer file from Chevrolet, and we put it into our software called Brick Builder. Brick Builder is a proprietary software we use at LEGO, and that takes computer files and makes them into brick models. What we use Brick Builder for is we design the model in that software, and we also use that as a building plan for when we build the model. Before we started getting into the brick design of the Chevrolet, we brought the real 2019 Silverado into the shop, which was great because we could figure out the logistics of getting it down the hallway and into our shop and set up the camera angles for the time lapse that would take place during the build. Having the real Silverado in the shop was helpful because I could use that to reference the brick designs of each specific part of the truck as I designed it. When we design a model to this scale and size, it's very important to have a structure of steel or aluminum within it. So we work with a local fabricator to make sure the model has enough strength, not only from the brick, but also from interior structure.
I'm Brad Hietala. We've been working with LEGO for probably 20 years now. We started with an aluminum base. We got a piece of 3/4 inch aluminum that was 20 feet by 6 feet. All four sides we had to cut down to make it fit to the spec of the print. Then we used 2-inch square tubing for all the steel structure part of it. It was fairly challenging to make sure it's all square, flat, and even so that they can put the brick together without having the framework and the aluminum base in the way. When you weld these structures together, they have a tendency to warp and pull when you weld, so you really have to be careful and always pay attention to which side you're welding and where you're welding and why you're welding it so that you can keep it straight. In the aluminum base, we have to have that as flat as we can possibly make it before we even start so that the structure stays flat. We have to have a perfect base.
First step is to lay out the bottom layer, which was the tires in this case, and you go up from there, bottom to top, gluing each piece individually with a proprietary adhesive and hammering it down. A LEGO model this size takes a large team to complete. We had about 18 builders, all with varying levels of experience. So divvying up the different areas of the model between the builders was a challenge. I think my favorite part of the build was seeing the grille be built. Seeing the Z71 and the Chevrolet logo come in was pretty exciting. A challenging part of this build was accommodating the electronics. So all the headlights and taillights had to be removable to be lit and then put back into the model at the end. Step one to moving a model like this is to lift it and put it on dollies, and we're going to roll it out of the shop to the loading dock. Once we get it to the loading dock, we're going to roll it onto a truck for transport. Now that the model is completed, we're going to have it UV coated to protect it from sunlight.
My name is Ray. We have been working with a LEGO company for about the last 7 years. And what we do for them is we clear coat their models. Clear coating is a type of paint that's used to protect products from the ultraviolet rays in the sun. It usually takes about a day to do the actual clear coating. Once you start the clear coat process, you stay in the booth until the third coat is actually applied. So it's really one coat after the other.
My name's George. I work part of the bodywork and paint team. First step is we do clean it. Outside we hose the entire vehicle down. We let it dry for a couple days. Mask off what we need to mask off inside. Next step was to put an adhesion promoter down and let that tack up, and then a couple coats of urethane clear for UV protection. The most difficult part of doing a Lego project is the fact that the sides, any of the contours, they're not smooth contours, it's all bricks. So you're dealing with 3 sides to each brick. For example, on this one here, the contours that are on the side, you'll see edges that are vertical. So it's like spraying up into them and then spraying into the small corners of each brick. That's the most difficult part of spraying these Lego sculptures.
We're here at the North American International Auto Show where Chevy just unveiled the model.
1, 2, 3, go!